Semaglutide, the active medication inside your Ozempic pens, is very sensitive to temperatures and requires meticulous care and temperature control to ensure it stays as effective as it should. Storing it wrong could cost you more than just effectiveness, it could compromise your health. Whether you're at home, on the go, or facing unpredictable situations, we've got the insights you need to ensure your medication remains potent and safe. From the surprising flexibility of Ozempic's storage requirements to the critical consequences of getting it wrong, we're covering it all. Stay tuned as we unfold the essential tips and tricks, debunk common myths, and answer the burning questions about keeping your Ozempic in top condition no matter where life takes you. Let's get started and ensure your treatment is as effective as possible. Does Ozempic need to be refrigerated? Yes, Ozempic does indeed need to be refrigerated to maintain its potency and effectiveness. However, the good news is that there's a bit of flexibility in its storage requirements. Your Ozempic pens can actually remain safely out of the fridge for up to 56 days, providing a reasonable window of time for use. But let's delve into the specifics to understand exactly what this entails. Ozempic storage instructions. According to Novo Nordisk, Ozempic manufacturer, here's how you should store your Ozempic pens. Unopened Ozempic pens should be stored in the refrigerator at temperatures between 36 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Once you've used your Ozempic pen for the first time, you have two options. You can either keep it at room temperature, ensuring it stays below 86 degrees Fahrenheit, or return it to the fridge. Regardless of your choice, it must be used within 56 days maximum. What happens if Ozempic is not refrigerated? When Ozempic is not refrigerated, the stability of its active ingredient, semaglutide, may be compromised. Refrigeration helps extend the shelf life of biologicals like Ozempic by slowing down chemical reactions that can lead to degradation. At a biological level, when semaglutide isn't refrigerated, several things can happen. Protein instability. Semaglutide is a peptide-based medication, and peptides are prone to degradation when exposed to higher temperatures. Refrigeration helps maintain the stability of the protein structure, preventing it from unfolding or breaking down. Chemical degradation. Higher temperatures can accelerate chemical reactions within the medication, leading to the degradation of semaglutide. This degradation can reduce the potency of Ozempic, impacting its ability to effectively lower blood sugar levels. Microbial growth. Warmer temperatures provide an ideal environment for microbial growth, which can contaminate Ozempic and render it unsafe for use. Refrigeration helps inhibit the growth of microorganisms, helping to maintain the sterility of your injections. Loss of efficacy. Ultimately, if semaglutide is not refrigerated properly, your Ozempic pens may lose partial or total efficacy, which could lead to less effective blood sugar control and increase the risk of complications associated with diabetes. In summary, Ozempic refrigeration is essential to preserve its stability, potency, and safety, and has a direct impact on your diabetes treatment and, ultimately, your health. FAQs about Ozempic storage and refrigeration. Alright, we've covered the basics about Ozempic refrigeration, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Here are some common questions you might have about storing and refrigerating Ozempic, along with practical answers and our best tips to help you maintain the full potency of your semaglutide injections. How long can Ozempic be out of the fridge? Ozempic can be left out of the fridge for up to 56 days. However, beyond this time frame, it should be discarded. Laboratory tests indicate that Ozempic loses effectiveness after 56 days, diminishing its ability to regulate blood sugar levels. But that's not it. Even when unrefrigerated, Ozempic should always be protected from the heat. Exposure to temperatures above 86 degrees Fahrenheit can compromise its potency, rendering it ineffective. Therefore, those living in or traveling to places where temperatures may get higher than 86 degrees Fahrenheit should use a medical-grade cooler to transport their Ozempic pens. What happens if you use Ozempic after 56 days? Using Ozempic beyond the recommended 56-day period is not safe. It can lead to reduced effectiveness in controlling blood sugar levels. Extended use of Ozempic beyond this time frame may result in inadequate management of diabetes and potentially serious health complications. What should you do if you forgot to refrigerate Ozempic? If you forgot to refrigerate Ozempic, the first thing to do is not to panic. Slip-ups can happen, and do happen to everyone relying on medications that require refrigeration. Remember, Ozempic can be kept out of the fridge for up to 56 days. Returning Ozempic to the fridge as soon as possible will help maintain its stability and effectiveness. For instance, if you accidentally left your Ozempic pen on the kitchen counter for a few hours, don't fret. Just put it back in the fridge and it should still be good to use within the 56-day limit. Can you inject Ozempic cold? Yes, you can inject cold Ozempic from the fridge. However, injecting cold medication might cause discomfort or increased pain during the injection. To make the injection more comfortable, you can let the Ozempic pen sit at room temperature for a few minutes before administering the dose. This can help reduce any discomfort associated with injecting cold medication. What happens if Ozempic freezes? Just like insulin, Victoza, and practically any other medication, Ozempic can't be frozen. Ozempic is an aqueous solution, meaning that semaglutide, its active ingredient, is dissolved in water. Just like water, Ozempic freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit and becomes solid. Once frozen, the solution structure breaks down irreversibly, rendering it ineffective. Even if it thaws afterward, frozen Ozempic remains unsafe for use. In such cases, you must discard the affected pen immediately and replace it with a new one. How to tell if Ozempic has gone bad? Ozempic is a clear and colorless liquid. If you notice any solid element inside your pen, like strings or particles, if it has changed color or looks different than usual, these may be signs your Ozempic has gone bad. Unusually high blood glucose levels can also warn you that your injection isn't working as it should, so it might have expired or been exposed to unstable temperatures. In case of doubt, stop using the pen, get a new one from the fridge, and ask for your doctor's or pharmacist's advice. The last question for today: how to store Ozempic while traveling? If your travel duration is within the 56-day window, you can keep your Ozempic pens at room temperature, not exceeding 86 degrees Fahrenheit, protected from excessive heat and direct sunlight. It'll be good to invest in a portable cooler or an insulated bag to carry your Ozempic pens, like the ones from 𝗪𝗏𝗏, in order for your pens to always stay cool. Another possible scenario is when your travel extends beyond the 56-day limit. In this instance, you must transport your Ozempic pens refrigerated. That is why we recommend using one of our medical-grade travel refrigerators, like the Voyager cooler, which is able to keep 5 Ozempic pens refrigerated as long as you have a power supply available. Do not miss out and take advantage of a special discount deal by visiting the description of this video and get your Ozempic cooler to save yourself lots of headaches on your next trip. Regardless of the duration of your trip, planning ahead and taking the necessary precautions will help preserve the safety of your Ozempic pens while traveling. Are you on Ozempic? Have you had any issues with the storage and refrigeration of your pens? Don't hesitate to share your stories and questions below in the comments section. Here, we've reached the end of this video. We hope that you've liked it and learned a lot from it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay cool and limitless.